What is going on, everybody? It's your main man, Cesar Rodriguez here, and in this video, I'm going to talk about something that could be potentially game-changing for you or someone in your team or someone that you know, because I'm going to be sharing the 3 dumbest things that people do that cause them to plateau and fail in business and in life. So I want to give a big shout out to everyone tuning in live. Thank you very much for everyone tuning in. Thanks for all the hearts, all the love. And for everyone watching on the replay, thank you as well, because I'm excited to have you. Because this is a talk that you may reflect back on years from now and say, this was the talk that turned me into the beast that I am today. One day, when you're living in your dream home and you're living your dream life, you may look back on this day and you may say, this was the day, this was the Cesar Rodriguez video that put me over the top and changed my entire life. So I would very much like to hear from you immediately by dropping a replay if you're watching on the replay, or say live if you happen to be watching live. And I want to hear the before. I want to see your face now, and I want to hear a comment from you when this training is done. And you tell me if this didn't potentially have the ability to change your entire life if you do everything that I say. So big shout out over here to, I see Kristen, I see Melissa, I see my man Jermaine. I'm going to be staying hydrated over here because I'm going in, all right? So thank you everyone for tuning in. See you guys. All right, so let's get into it. The 3 dumbest things that people do that cause them to plateau and fail in business and in life. Okay, thing number 1 is, and this is a big one, that things that dumb people do, they listen to dumb people. That's it. I mean, that's number 1 on the list. The dumbest thing that you can do is listen to a dumb person. Most of us are getting our advice from dumb people. Now, this is something that I found out a long time ago, because for those of you that don't know my story, I got started as an entrepreneur in the network marketing industry, and that was my very first exposure at 21 years old to anything business entrepreneur, like other than like the little side hustles that I had, you know, growing up as a kid, like in high school and college, you know what I mean? So this was like my first, like not selling candy, like that was, I guess, my first entrepreneurial endeavor. Who here sold candy? If you ever sold candy in high school, middle school, elementary school, I was in elementary school. If you ever did any of that, you know, let me know. I just want to see who all my childhood hustlers were. If you ever had like a young business as like a little kid, I definitely want to hear from you. Say that and say what it was. If it was like a lemonade stand selling candy or whatever. All right. That'll be fun to watch in the comments here when this video is done. So the biggest thing that people do is they listen to dumb people. Now, when I was 21 years old, I was graduating college. I was about a month away from graduating, and I got exposed into the network marketing industry. Now, what I did was when I saw it, I did what most people do. I went to my friends and my family and I started telling them about this phenomenal opportunity where we could all make a ton of money, have all of this success and happiness and all this type of stuff. And, you know, I thought that they would obviously like be stoked about it and excited like I was, but the reality was they weren't, and they told me that it was never going to work. They told me that I was an idiot. You know, they said, like, what are you doing? These things never work out. Like, this thing sounds like a stupid idea. And people are inundated with that all of the time, right? You start a business. If you're an entrepreneur, you've ever started a business, you've probably encountered that yourself. Am I right? Now, what a lot of people unfortunately do is they listen to those people, and those people that they were taking advice from, their friends, family, neighbors, acquaintances, those people, unbeknownst to the person asking, were dumb people. They were dumb. They were ignorant. They didn't know what they didn't know. They don't know you. They don't know what's in here. They don't know what's in your heart, right? They don't know about your drive. They don't know about your hunger. They don't know completely everything that you know, because if they knew what you knew and they saw what you saw and they were you, they'd probably do it. But they're instead guiding you based on where they're at. They're dumb people. I could have listened to those people And no disrespect, because there are things that you know. There are things that you know that you don't know, right? Like, many of us, we know about airplanes, right? We know that they require pilots, but we know that we don't know how to fly a plane. If you don't know how to fly a plane, you're like, yeah, that's in my conscious awareness of things that I don't know about, don't know how to do. But then there's a whole world of things that you don't know that you don't even know, right? So most people, they don't even know what they don't know, but they're quick to open their mouths and to tell you, because people will try to keep you safe. You might need to tag some of your teammates in this. If this is good stuff and you're digging this and you've got a team, you're probably going to want to tag them now, because I'm going to tell you, it only gets better, right? It only gets better. And thank you for everyone chiming in. Yeah, go ahead and make sure that you're repping your city. Say what up and where you're from, what state, what country. I know I have people that watch from all over the world. So feel free to do that. I forgot to mention that earlier. All right. Now, people don't know what they don't know, but they're quick to coach you. And things that people do that prevent them from being successful is they listen to those dumb people. Now, I was very fortunate because I was taught early on that the number one reason why people fail in life is they listen to their friends, family, and neighbors. The number one reason why people fail in life, according to Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, who interviewed the 500 most successful people at his time, the Andrew Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Thomas Edisons, right? The titans who built this country, right? And industry, right? This 500 most successful and wealthiest people at that time in the country. So that's what he says. It's the number one reason why people fail. And these people, they take the advice of other people. Even when they're in business, they listen to people that are dumb people that are giving them advice, and the advice isn't even sound. So don't do that. It's the first thing that you're doing. Now, luckily, my mentor, he taught me this. And so when all of the other people were saying, it's not going to work, that's going to fail, you're not going to be able to make it, the odds are so slim, well, how come you have to, it looks like a scam, it looks like a pyramid. All these people said all this stuff, but luckily I had my mentor saying, hey, listen, if you hang out with 5 broke people, you're bound to be the 6th. If you listen to 5 broke people, you're going to end up broke just like them. And I looked at everyone that was successful, and I looked at all the people who had done what I wanted to do and were living the type of lives that I wanted to live. And I looked at them and I said, okay, well, I think I'm going to listen to those people because they seem to have the answers. These people over here have the problem. These people got problems. These people seem to have answers for all their problems, like having money, loving what they do, and feeling fulfilled and having time freedom. Yeah, I think I'm going to go listen to them. So I hope I've drilled this into you, because every single person that proceeded to tell me that what I was doing wasn't a good idea, they were wrong. When the book was written, and it has been for quite some time now, it was proven that when I went from being a 21-year-old broke college kid to making my first $1 million by 29, and the chain of events that started from that one first thing that I did, the book was written and it was sealed on their fate. They were wrong. I was right. So don't listen to dumb people. Number 2, I need to take a sip of water for this next one. How are you guys feeling so far? Are you digging this? Keep me posted, even if you're on the replay, because I like to read comments on the replays and reply back. Dumb thing number 2 that people do that cause them to plateau and fail in business and in life. Second thing, I feel like I want to get a drum roll. It's one of the greatest things that was ever taught to me. Never step over pennies because you miss dollars. So here it is. Don't step over pennies and miss dollars. Write it down. Someone write that down. Someone type it right there. Put it in the comments for everyone else to see. This number 2 dumbest thing that people do is they step over pennies and miss dollars. And here's what this looks like, and here's what this means. When I was first educated as to this concept, it was to illustrate the value of investing in yourself, going to events, buying courses, paying for stuff to better yourself so that you could make more money and be more successful, right? Things, tools for your business, things like that, marketing materials, right? They would say, hey man, why would you not buy 100 tape cassettes? Because back in the day when I first was prospecting, we were using tape cassettes. Then it was CDs. That's how old school I am, right? But I remember tape cassettes, and it would be like, some people would be like, well, I don't want to spend, $100 to buy 100 tape cassettes because that's $100 and I kind of like am broke right now. And then the people that were saying, no, but these are all little salesmen and they're only $1 each. If you give them to 100 people, you'll make more than $100, right? But people would go, yeah, but $100 is kind of tough for me right now. Yeah, that's the point. If it's tough for you, you probably need to get the 100 little salesmen and pass them out to a bunch of people really fast and flip that $100 into $1,000. Are you crazy? Do you not get this? This was the concept and when I discovered this, I was told this, and this is what people do. Like when I had this concept and I flipped it in my brain and I started to think about it, I was like, yeah, this is crazy. Why wouldn't I spend? Oh, well, the reason why is because you wouldn't give out the 100 tapes. That's the only reason why you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't actually go out there and prospect, right? But it's even more ridiculous, right? That's something that's like, well, okay, I could understand if you don't want to pay $100 because you're not going to give them out. I could appreciate that. But when it comes to investing in your mind, something that you don't actually even have, like you can just receive information, you don't even know what you don't know, and you're cheap about investing in that, that's crazy. I remember this being explained to me when it came to buying courses and going to events, big events. It would be like, hey, yeah, to go to this company convention, it's going to be, $300 for the room for the weekend or the 3 days. If you split it with a couple of people, it's going to be a plane ride maybe out there that's maybe $500. Or you'll have to drive your car, which is going to cost money. You have to buy the ticket, which may cost a couple $100, whatever, right? These are all expensive, but these are pennies. These are pennies. The dollars are if you don't go and you miss out on something that if you had just learned that one thing, it could have turned everything around, right? The pennies are the courses and the programs that you can buy. My goal in life is to help as many people as I can while I am on this earth. And I happen to have a very specific skill set, which I am good at helping people to overcome whatever blocks that they have in their life, especially in business, and how to teach them how to blast through those blocks and to be freaking rock stars at whatever it is that they do. I know how to teach people how to sell, how to close, persuade, prospect, whatever, better than almost anyone out there, period. And I say that with all the confidence in the world because of my track record and what I do for people and what happens as soon as I'm done with them. Now, I have people all of the time that come to me and they go, Cesar, I want coaching from you. Like, can you coach me? I just had someone else just the other day, sign up for coaching, $1,000 an hour for me to buy one session, right? And that is something that I could make a ton of money doing, just doing one-on-one coaching all day long if I felt like it. But my goal is massive impact to the masses, and I can't trade that time for dollars. No matter how much I charge, there's more people I could be impacting. So I want to share this with you because this is kind of funny to me. We're talking about stepping over pennies and missing dollars. So instead of charging people $5,000 to come to my house for me to teach them, a formula that I created years ago that gets people to say yes immediately, how to craft the perfect presentation, it gets people to say yes immediately and without objections, to people. I basically recorded myself doing a 3-hour training, like giving a workbook and saying, here's everything I would teach you if you paid me $3,000 to $5,000 to come to my house for a couple hours for me to help you craft your presentation and close, right? So I just said, I'm just going to put on a video. Instead of charging all these people thousands of dollars and doing this, I'll just shoot a couple of videos, put together a really well laid out course, and I'll sell it for like $300. And people come to me all the time and they go, man, I'm really struggling with my presenting, my closing, and gosh, I'm not that great at building rapport or whatever. They don't even know what's going on. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, to help you out, like I made a course a long time ago that's like really cheap, right? Couple $100, super cheap. If it solves that problem that you have, which it will, because it does 100% of the time, if you buy that course, you're going to get the framework. You're going to learn exactly what I've done and what I've taught for years to be number one recruiter in, a company with 500,000 people, how to get people to say yes immediately without objections, like how to just all kinds of deep beast stuff that I've taught Fortune 500 companies. $300. But people go, well, I don't have the money. Stepping over pennies, the $300 is the pennies. The dollars are the thousands of dollars that you make if you go through a course like that, right? And I'm not just saying that about my stuff. I'm using that as an example to say all personal development should be perceived with that type of mentality. Like, what if it works? Not what if it doesn't, what if it does? So most people, they step over pennies and miss dollars. So when I learned this lesson a long time ago, the reason that I got good is because anytime I saw something that looked like it might have a chance to help me, whether it was a book and I had to spend $20 or $15 in a book and then spend, hours reading it, I was like, that's pennies. Because if I get one idea that helps me close one more out of 100 people, it becomes a great investment. If I'm going to put in the work, then I can make all this much more money. And so I did over and over and over again. So while everyone else is around you stepping over pennies, if you're just the person that doesn't do that, right? They're stepping over pennies by avoiding the pennies to buy the course or the program or the whatever. And then they're missing dollars. Like, here's one of the best examples, right? This is a fun one. B10xB, right? You guys know I'm wearing a B10xB shirt. That's my mantra. It's the secret to success. I've talked about it before. Because if you think about it, everything that you're happy about and excited about in your life came as a result of a bolder moment, right? Think about something. Maybe it's a relationship you're in, a business that you're in, maybe a job that you have, a relationship you're no longer in, right? Everything, if you're happy and excited about and grateful for about it right now, think back. What was the moment? There was a moment where there was a fork in the road and there was the weaker path or the bolder path, and you chose to take the bolder path. And that is why you are happy and excited about, because you took that bolder path. So doesn't it make sense to have more bolder moments in life? Yeah, for sure. So why don't we have more bold moments? Well, because we link pain to acting bolder, and we link, pleasure to not acting bolder and not taking advantage of those opportunities. Because if we're bold and we do something like approach someone, prospect them, try to close them, after they've given you an objection, or, walk up to, some cutie at the bar or whatever, we associate potential pain with that. But that's just how our brains are linked. So I've been talking about this concept for years of B10xB and how to break yourself of that. And I said, anytime you feel fear, indecision, or doubt, and type of anxiety, apprehension, you just ask yourself this one question: what would you do if you were 10 times bolder? You just ask yourself, you say, all right, I'm scared to make this phone call. What would you do if you were 10 times bolder? Well, if I was 10 times bolder, I would pick up the phone, I'd call that person, and I'd tell them this. Well, bam. If you come up with it, you do it. You face your fear and you start to become bolder, because if you ask yourself, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder? And then you do the thing, you've in that moment done what you consider a 10 times bolder action. And all of a sudden you start getting results in your life unlike anything you've ever seen before. And if you don't do it, you take what I call the B10xB challenge, which is you get a little rubber wristband. You can get these, right? B10xB on it. Looking at it reminds you to ask yourself, what would you do if you were 10 times bolder? It stands for be 10 times bolder. So you look at it, reminds you you're a part of a movement. And what ends up happening is anytime you are in that position, you act 10 times bolder, you do it, congratulations, you flexed your B10xB muscles. Good for you. Now, if you don't, you pull back on this little wristband and you snap it on your wrist. And what ends up happening is it ends up linking pain to not acting boldly. And before you know it, your brain has now created a new neuro association, associated pain with not acting boldly. And what will then happen is the next time you're in a situation where there's another fork in the road, you're going to unconsciously be pulled to the bolder path, because your brain is going to go, no, it's pain to not act boldly. There's a snap there. Now, you won't remember that it's because of a snap, the same way that right now when you chicken out and you act timid about things, you don't really realize why it is that you're being scared and being a wuss or making a big deal about it. It's just a neuro association that your brain just goes, and it paralyzes you, right? So I've been talking about this concept for years People have gotten the wristband. People have been living this movement for years, seen me speak at different events across the country. They've seen my YouTube video, racked up 150,000 views. People sign up for my blog. They get a video of my stage talk talking about that. And some people listen to it and they do something with it, and then their life changes, right? And the stories of that are unreal. They are in the thousands. I've gotten thousands of emails, DMs, messages of people saying, B10xB changed my life. B10xB changed my life. I met my fiance. I used to be scared to prospect. Now I'm not. I'm now the number one money earner in my company. I used B10xB to help me get over the fear, and I prospected this person that ended up being my top producer. But people step over pennies and they don't want to buy a $5 wristband. That's the pennies. The dollars are measured in all of the commissions you'd make from sales you'd do, the new promotions that you'd have from doing all that, from doing and acting bolder on your job, right? And doing some of the things that I actually teach inside of our community, because we have an entire Facebook community. Those are the pennies. These wristbands are $5. You can get a pack of 5 of them, right? You can get a pack of 5 of these for $25. And it comes with an entire kit. I have to show you this real quick. It comes with this entire kit. It comes with a course that I sell for $297, where you literally get a diploma that comes with it that says you're a graduate of B10xB Boot Camp. I do all of that for $25. You can get that. And it comes with this nice little kit, 5 different wristbands, stickers that you can put on your phone. I mean, it's insane, like all of the goodies in here, right? Now, here's why I share this with you, because this is actually going to be pretty fun, right? So you get this little sticker. You can put it on your phone, remind you to be 10 times bolder. And it comes with a course. It comes with a course that literally teaches you how to be 10 times bolder in every area of your life. Relationships, personal, how to get promotions, how to prospect like a B10xB beast, right? I teach you prospecting skills like, hey, here's what you say, scripts on how to overcome the money objection. That one section, if you're in any type of sales, will make you a fortune. Make you a fortune. Because if you're letting people off the hook when they tell you they don't have the money and you don't use this script that I have, you have no idea how much business you could have closed. No idea. Stuff I talk about social, if you're single and you don't want to be, and you want to up your dating, you want to up your activity out and about, you want to get more dates, have more fun, no longer be scared to approach people, know how to start conversations like a champ. All that, you basically get all that for $25, and you get the whole kit shipped to you and everything, right? But people step over pennies and they go, well, $25. $25. I don't know. I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want, wait, so I get a full course that's like, multiple modules in how to be better parent, better in my personal life, better business. Did he say that he can help me get promotions in my job by using scripts that with my employer? Potential promotions. Oh, I'm in a sales business and I'll learn how to prospect, close, overcome objections, and handle the money objection in the most beast way ever. $25. And they step over those pennies, and then they miss the dollars. And then they don't become the top money earner in their company, or a 6-figure earner, or they never leave their job and they stay stuck there in mediocrity because they stepped over pennies and missed dollars. So never ever do that. Oh, and if you want that kit that I just talked about, this thing right here, like I said, $25. We ship anywhere around the world. Go to b10xb.com / it's / kit, KIT. b10xb.com / kit. So that is, and that's the B10xB challenge. For 30 days, what I recommend to you do, and there's one more thing that I have to share with you, which is the third dumbest thing that people do. All right. That caused them to plateau and fail. But let me just, while I was on that side tangent, let me just say b10xb.com / kit, and it'll take you to the page where you can get the starter kit for $25. While you're there, you can get shirts, you can get shades. We have all kinds of dope B10xB swag. And if you're wearing one of these shirts, do you not think you're going to be bolder on your everyday occurrences in your life? If you get one of these shirts and you take pictures of yourself and you tag us in it, we can get you featured and help you get more social media followers, right? We might take your image, turn it into a quote, put it on our page, right? On our Instagram page that has, I don't know, 13,000 some people. I've shared on all my stuff. I mean, I have the reach of 100,000 people easily on social media between my Instagram channels, between my YouTube, between my Facebook. People want more followers. They want to get discovered. Get a shirt, a couple shirts, get some swag. I want to feature my people. Take some dope pictures and like yourself in front of a nice car, looking crisp, or just whatever, dude. And we might feature you and turn you into an image quote and make you look mad cool in front of our audiences. And then you can use that image to throw it back to your own people, you know, and look dope. Like, hey, yeah, man, look, yeah, I was just featured on this website. You know, take a look at my image quote, right? And it's like a picture of you looking tough with maybe some cool quote that you gave us and that we made up for you and put on our page. Or maybe we made one up for you, you know? So we're looking for models. You can buy one of these shirts for like $30. We've got women's shirts that are like cut specifically for women. Most comfortable shirts you'll ever wear. $29, a chance to be featured on our stuff and to just be a part of a dope movement. So the people step over pennies and they miss dollars. Second dumbest thing that they do. So let's talk about the third dumbest thing that people do. The website is b10xb.com/kit, K-I-T. b10xb.com/kit. Because when you get the starter kit, the starter pack, it comes with the course, it comes with the decals, so you can put it on your computer and all that. And the B10xB 30-day challenge is for 30 days, get the kit, right? And these are $5 basically a piece is what they break down, because you get 5 of them. So you could give them to your other friends and have them watch this video and also be on board with the B10xB movement. Do you not think that if you gave your entire team, I just had a guy literally order, and this isn't like a unique thing. This is actually a guy that I know though. He ordered 100 of these wristbands. You know, he said, hey man, I want you to do a conference call to our team. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, he's like, how much do you charge? And we were talking about B10xB and a sales team. I was like, dude, why don't you just order 100 wristbands and I'll do your talk instead of charging him whatever I normally charge, which would have been probably a lot more, definitely a lot more to do a private training or a conference call than that. And he got 100 wristbands, the starter pack, and the whole deal, right? So most people that have organizations, they want their entire team on this B10xB challenge. But here's the B10xB challenge. Get a starter kit, right? Go through the course that comes with it, right? The course that I told you, this is a $300 value course. This is what I do. I'm giving it to you for free when you spend $25 and get a starter kit. b10xb.com/kit. Someone please write it down. If someone could type it in the comments, that would be dope. And then for 30 days, follow us on all of our social media pages, right? Follow us on Instagram, join our Facebook group, follow us on freaking Twitter, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to all of our stuff, turn on your notifications. Anytime we post something, it's designed to motivate you, to make you smile, to get you. We want to surround you and indoctrinate you with B10xB, right? We want to indoctrinate you with being bolder, right? So go through, follow up all the pages, right? And just sit back, enjoy the content, and keep us posted on your journey. You know, every day post, we have a Facebook group where you can post like, hey, today I acted 10 times bolder. Here's what I did. I was scared. I did it anyway. And keep us posted on what you're doing. That's the B10xB challenge. Plug in for 30 days, have this wristband, and ask yourself multiple times a day, every time you look at it, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder? What would I do if I was 10 times bolder? After the first week, you're going to be blown away with the results. Most people that do this, they get results the first couple of times they do it. Usually the first time, right? They'll be like, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder? Well, I'd go talk to that person. And then a person that they wouldn't have talked to, a phone call they wouldn't have made, they ends up getting made, and then they get a result from it, and they're like, oh my God, I could have had this result years ago. Why was I not being bolder? I can't believe that went as smoothly as it did. Or it doesn't, and then they go, oh, that actually wasn't that bad. I didn't encounter any physical pain. Hey, okay, that was cool. I did it. And I didn't snap my wrist. So winning, right? Because if you don't do the thing, you snap your wrist. I didn't have to snap my wrist. That's a victory, right? So it's so effective. For 30 days, just do that and let us know the difference in how you are in 30 days. I will feature you unbelievably if you do this and you are sharing videos and you're posting in the group and you've got your journey. I will make you a superstar because we will document your story, because I love doing this. I love hearing people's before and afters. 30 days, take the B10xB challenge, and whenever you're posting about it, use the hashtag B10xB challenge, right? So the third dumbest thing that people do that causes them to plateau in life and to fail in anything they do is they are acting too timid. They're going through life weak, timid, and afraid. And you were not put on this earth to go through life weak, timid, or afraid. You were put on this earth to be a conqueror, someone who seizes opportunities. You were put on this earth to be bold, to make your mark. Most people are going through life very weak, very timid, very afraid, constantly hoping to never, really ruffle any feathers. It's like they're tiptoeing, as that quote says, they're tiptoeing through life, hoping to make it safely into the grave. You get one life. One. How do you want it to be? I made a decision a long time ago that whatever I was going to do, I was going to be damn good at it. I was going to be one of the best at whatever I do. I was going to treat it seriously. And it doesn't matter what it is in my life. If I'm doing something, my level of commitment is to be amazing at it. It does when it was sports, I was like, all right, cool. Sports, this is the thing. Okay, what's this sport? Volleyball. All right, awesome. All right, well, if we're going to do this, let's be the best at it. So I practiced and I went all in and I'm pretty good. And that's not even one of my top 3 sports. That's like a side sport that I started in college that I was like, oh, this is fun. And I end up being a beast. Like the last volleyball tournament I went in, our team won the entire thing out of I don't even remember how many teams. It was a lot of teams, like 13 teams or something like that. We went ragtag bunch of random people. And I was like, all right, well, my team is going to be the team that wins, because that's a thing that I did for recreation that I decided to be good at. When I got into network marketing, I was like, all right, well, the first 100 people told me no. Looks like I suck at this thing. Well, I guess I'm either out, I either quit, which is not an option because I'm not that type of person, or I'm going to be a freaking badass at it. So, all right, let me start reading all the books. What is this thing that's not, it's my mind. I need to work on my mindset. Okay, cool. Boom. So I just made a commitment to be awesome at it. And so I put in the work, didn't step over pennies and miss dollars. I listened to smart people. I didn't listen to dumb people. So while everyone else is plateauing, I'm moving up because I'm listening to smart people, right? I am focused on listening to the right people, doing the activity, and I'm choosing to not do it with timidity. Now, the reason why I'm so passionate about helping people be 10 times bolder is because it's the one thing that changed my life the most. I was doing good in business, but what I realized was all of my shortcomings were just because I was not acting bold enough, right? I wasn't approaching people with confidence and posture. I was scared. I was acting weak. I was coming across as timid in my life and afraid. And I didn't realize I even was, because I didn't even know what I didn't know. And most of you don't even know what you don't know. Most of you think you're acting bold enough and appropriate enough. You think, well, if I'm any bolder, I won't be appropriate. You are wrong. And I know this because I've coached so many people. I've helped so many people turn it around. Usually when I talk to someone, what they're struggling with and what they need the most help with is I'll just listen to them. I'll say, hey, listen, the problem is I've literally did a retreat, right? The problem is you're not being bold enough. I do retreats at my house, right? People can pay me. It's not cheap, but they can do a retreat that I do called the Reverse Recruiting Retreat. You stay in my house for 4 days. We work together. I redesign your entire pitch. I give you an entire identity. I basically give you an entire business turnaround experience. By the end of the first day, in the 2 sessions that I finished doing, I did 2 of these recently. Everyone by the end of the first day said, this was worth the money. Holy crap. We feel like we stole this from you, Cesar. I can't believe we only paid blank amount of money. Now, I'm not going to say the amount of money because I don't want to make this about that retreat, right? But turned all their businesses around. You know what the problem was across the board for almost all of them? Actually, for every one of them. One of the biggest problems was they just were not acting bold enough. They were not being 10 times bolder. And I got a chance to witness it, and I got a chance to prospect with them, and I got a chance to be in the streets and hear how they're prospecting and say, you need to be bolder. Here's what you need to say instead. They just weren't acting bold enough. A lot of the things that I told those people, I will be sharing inside of our community, inside of our Facebook group. If you get a starter kit, right, you join our Facebook group, you'll be seeing some of these videos. I literally have videos of me coaching them on camera that I'll be posting inside of our group. You're going to have access to check that out along with other footage that I did at this retreat. Why? Because my goal is to help you to be a beast. What does it cost, Cesar, for a wristband? $5. And make a 30-day commitment to actually just really wearing it all the time and asking yourself, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder? So those are the 3 things. And the website, again, B10xB.com/kit, K-I-T. If you want to join the B10xB challenge, get a starter kit and run with us 30 days. And avoid with everything in your might doing these 3 dumb things that I mentioned. Listening to dumb people, stepping over pennies and missing dollars. Some of you literally will watch this entire thing and still go, $25? Oh, do I want to do that? Oh, there's shipping. How much was this shipping? Oh yeah, the shipping was $6. Wow. Whew. We're at like $32, is that now? $31? I don't know. Golly, well, what if it doesn't work? What if it changes your life? Pennies, $25. I don't have the money. If you don't have someone that you could borrow $25 from in your life, then you need to find a way to come up with that money, because one of the things that you get, like I mentioned, is the course that comes with this graduation certificate that I totally want you to post. It'll have your name printed on it and everything when this gets sent to you. It's pretty dope. There's an entire section in there that will teach you how to make more friends. And it sounds hokey and it sounds cheesy, but at the end of the day, relationships and contributions are all that really matter in life. And if you're at a point in your life where you don't have hundreds of people that you could ask for $25 and would give it to you, then you're missing out on one of the greatest things in life. And that is the power and the beauty of having amazing friendships and relationships in your life. And if you go, but Cesar, I have friends, but they're all broke. Okay, well then your friends, if they're all broke, you're going to be broke for the rest of your life if you don't learn how to get you some new friends, because you become the average of those who you associate with. So maybe you need to get some smart, sharper friends. And I teach you how to do that in one of the sections, in one of the modules inside of the B10xB Boot Camp course that comes when you buy 5 of these wristbands and get the stickers and the whole package in what I call a B10xB starter kit, B10xB.com/kit. So there you go. You probably need this more than you even know. And that's just the truth. Now I'm going to tell you something, and I have a confession to make. I am not called to be the good cop. I've learned this long ago. You guys have seen the TV shows. There's good cop, there's bad cop. I just don't feel like I was put on this earth to be good cop. We need to have good cops. There's tons of people, there's tons of trainers out there who are good cop, and they will rub you and tell you how amazing you are, pat you on the ass and say you can do it. You know, they'll never tell you that you're being, you know, a little wuss. They'll never get in your face like that because they don't want you to not like them. They don't want you to not like them. They care more about themselves and their ego, perhaps, that they don't want to say anything that might make them unlikable. They don't want to say anything that might potentially offend you. But I know personally, sometimes you need to be offended to get to work. Sometimes someone needs to get in your face and tell you something that you don't want to hear. I know one of the fitness models that I'm friends with, super famous fitness model, right? And she tells this story, Ainsley Rodriguez, she's so cool. She tells this story about how someone looked at her, she was pissed off because she cut her off, and then she ended up saying something to her about like calling her like you anorexic, such and such, because she was like really skinny, and so she was offended. And then, but she took a good hard look at herself and was like, dang, maybe starving myself isn't the way. Maybe I should really get into like learning fitness and eating right and all that. And it changed her life. I am called to be the bad cop because I care about people too much to care what someone thinks of me more than I care about changing your damn life. So I'm the person that's going to get in your face and it's going to say, you're being too timid. You're acting like a wuss. Shake it off. You were only given one life. Let's live it right. Let's be a freaking baller. Let's be awesome at everything you do. Let's approach life from a perspective of dominating and being 10 times bolder and living the life that you freaking want to live, because you get one ride on this. One ride on this. That's it. That's it. The one thing that we can agree on is that you're not going to get to do this one over. Now, I don't know, you might be reincarnated as another person or a freaking mule, or something different. I'm not here to argue about philosophy and what happens after, but I think the one thing we can all agree on is, guess what? One shot on this. So why not get everything that you want? Why not go for it? Come on. Somebody's got to get in your face and do this. It's going to be this guy, because other people won't. Because all I want to do is I want to impact and change lives. I don't need to be your best friend. I just want to be the person that you walk up to and shake my hand and say, hey man, you changed my life. Which in case I'll probably throw my arms around you and give you a big hug, because I'm a lover. And the fact that I'm a lover and that I love people so much is why I have to play the role that you need to change your life. And I'll play whatever role that is all day long. If I have to be the bad guy, I'll be the bad guy. If I have to say the controversial things, I'll say the controversial things. If it means there's a chance that I might get through to you to help you do something that changes your life. If I have to tell you that everyone else is wrong and I'm right and I'm the only person you need to listen to, forget what someone else says. I don't care how much you love them. If you're your best friend, look, I had to deal with this. Right? My friends and people telling me all this type of stuff. And I was like, and when my mentor was like, yeah, man, they're just dumb. They don't know. I'm like, well, how could all these people be dumb? They're all my friends. No, I love these people. They're not dumb, and I would defend them. But the reality is, they just didn't know what they didn't know. So sometimes someone has to get on there and tell you some things that you don't know that you don't even know. Like maybe you're stepping over pennies and missing dollars in your life. Stop doing that. Stop listening to dumb people, right? Someone has to call some of the people that you know dumb, because if no one does it, if no one cares enough to do it, you're going to listen to them like their word is the gospel, and it's not, right? Sorry if I'm having to be the person to say this, but also hashtag sorry, not sorry. Because maybe if you just look at one of your people now and you just go, wait a second. yeah, that guy maybe is not the person I want to put my financial future in. Maybe that's not the person to take their advice. But at the end of the day, it is all worth it. It's all worth it. And that's why I'm here, because I love you guys and I want to help you. And I would very much love for you guys to be a part of the B10xB movement, because it's the closest opportunity that I can get to you without having to charge you for personal coaching or my time. Because everyone that is in that Facebook group is like my team. You are my team. I adopt you no matter what company you're in, no matter what business you're in. If you're not even in a business, you are my family. And I'm putting posts in there, celebrating people who are rocking B10xB wear, taking pictures of themselves. We're edifying people. We're helping them to grow their followings. We're feeding them training. It's the closest opportunity you have to get time with me in that community. So I want to invite you to change your life. Take the B10xB challenge. 30 days. Ask yourself every single day, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder and rock this wristband? And ask yourself, and if you don't do it, snap it on your wrist. If you forget how it works, which is probably impossible after you go through the course, but look, in your starter kit, you even get this nice little comic book right here. The B10xB Quick Start Guide teaches you exactly what to do. This comes in your starter kit, right? And while you're on the website, you can get shirts. They're the most comfortable shirts you'll ever wear. I'm telling you, these are amazing, right? You'll never want to wear anything else, because every time you wear and look in the mirror, it's kind of impossible to not act bold when you're doing that. And when you start taking pictures and I start shouting you out, you're going to want to get 5 of them for, 5, so you can wear them 5 days a week, because you never know which picture is going to hit, and I'm going to like, and I'm going to want to share. And everything else you get on that site just gives you more promotional opportunities. If you're wearing B10xB sunglasses and you take a picture, now I might use your picture for that, right? And you'll love the shades, man. I mean, literally, I designed every little aspect of those glasses. They're polarized lenses. And I've been spoiled. I have to say this one thing, because I'm so proud of this. Someone was just talking about, on my phone, in Instagram, they took a picture or a video, and they're talking about how they love the shades. They love them. And I was like, thank you. That's a huge compliment, because I literally designed every aspect of it. It's got like a wood grain exterior and pink, blue, and black. So like pink wood grain or like black wood grain. It looks sick. And it's basically designed to compete. If you wanted to buy these type of glasses, it would cost you a couple $100 probably. Probably cost you about $150. They're comparable to like, my Ray-Bans that I have here, my Maui Jims, my Oakleys, so I've always been a snob with sunglasses. I've always had like really expensive, not because I'd buy them, because I'd win them in like sales contests and stuff. But I'd have like these $150, $200 glasses, and I was like, I don't want to rock Maui Jims. I want to rock my own brand, but I want them to be the cool polarized, and I want them to look dope, and I want them to draw compliments. And you'll get more compliments wearing these sunglasses than you will anything else, because they look dope. Check out the pictures. But that's my 2 cents. That's my little light promotion on our sunglasses afterwards. But really, I just want you to join our community, and I want you to not do these 3 dumb things anymore, because I want to have the chance to change your life. So if you take the B10xB challenge, I want to hear you. If you have some people on your team that you want to also participate, tag them, share this video, and say, watch these things, because I want you to understand something. If you've gotten to this point in the video and you have any type of sales team, what would be the downside of them watching this right now? What would be the downside? There's literally no downside. They're going to spend $25 and get a free course and 5 of these wristbands, and they will go out there and start acting bolder. Do you know what that's going to do for your business? Can you imagine? There's a reason why people order 100 wristbands at a time. Because they want their entire organization on this. They want their entire team being trained by me, inside of the B10xB Boot Camp course or inside of our Facebook group. So there's no downside. So tag your team if you have any teammates. If you want to do this B10xB challenge 30 days with someone, send them this video. Tell them to watch it right now, because you're placing your order and you want their kit to come in at the same time that yours does, right? So tell them to do it so that way they get a starter kit as well. Just follow us up and put on your notifications for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Join our Facebook group. and let's rock this thing out, man. B10xB challenge. Who's in? All right. I'm excited to hear from you. And if you are in, feel free to drop a comment and say that you are underneath here. I'm going to actually sign off, but you can maybe do it in the replay or something if you've accepted the challenge, right? And I look forward to seeing your guys' success stories over the next 30 days for those of you that participate. For everyone else that's still stepping over pennies and missing dollars, I'll keep you in my prayers. Good luck with that.